This is how to launch an actual nuke in Helldivers 2. And if you're good enough, you can even do it by yourself. To begin, you're going to need to have at least medium difficulty missions unlocked in Helldivers 2. To get medium difficulty missions unlocked, you're going to need to first complete a few missions in trivial and easy, and then from there you'll have medium missions unlocked for every single planet and every single enemy type. Once you have medium difficulty missions unlocked, you're going to want to make your way to the Galaxy War map, and you're going to want to find a planet with either a mission available for you to start as your own operation or a mission for you to join of someone else's operation. The mission is called Launch ICBM. You're going to want to start this mission either by yourself or with someone else, like I said before, and that is how you get this mission started to be able to launch a literal nuke. Once the mission begins, you will have two main objectives to complete before you can complete the action of launching this nuclear missile. The first main objective is to retrieve launch codes. You find the objective on your map, follow the map to the launch codes, and you'll find a hard disk containing the launch codes. It's going to be a glowy, bright item on the ground and even makes noise. It's pretty easy to find once you get to the right area that it's actually located in. Once you have the launch codes, you are then going to go on to the second main objective, which is actually launching the ICBM nuclear missile. To do this, you're going to want to go to the missile silo, usually located on the opposite side of the map from where the launch codes were. And you're going to want to activate the terminal that you see overlooking the silo to start this final step in launching the ICBM nuclear missile. Once you activate the terminal, you will begin a 9-step process that you will need to complete either by yourself or with your friends to be able to launch the nuke and get it to its destruction location wherever on the planet that may be. The first step after activating the terminal is log into the missile control system, which has you use the terminal to use different inputs to log in some sort of password. It's similar to activating relay stations and the extraction points and things like that. It's the exact same thing. The next step is inputting the launch codes that you picked up earlier at the beginning of the mission. Once you get to this step in the terminal, the launch codes will pop up at the top right corner of your screen with the objective. You want to take that number and just plug it into the system, and that's how you complete step 3 of 9. Step 4 is a little bit more difficult if you're by yourself, but if you have a full squad, it's easy as hell. There's going to be 4 locks that are on the silo, and you're going to need to unlock each and every single one to be able to open the hatch on the silo and start pulling the missile up out of the ground. It's really easy to do. You just have to walk up really close to the hatches, and there should be a little interaction key, and it'll unlock the silo. Once the silos are unlocked, then you'll be able to go back to the terminal and open the silo hatch. From there, you'll have a little timed setting where you will have to wait a certain amount of time for the ICBM missile to raise up out of the ground into place. It doesn't take very long. You just got to be able to stay alive and defend yourself while this happens. Once the missile is out of the ground and in place, you're going to need to lock the target coordinates for the missile. You'll get a grid on the terminal and coordinates at the top right corner of the grid. In this case, it's D4. Think of it kind of like a battleship game board, and you're going to want to find D and 4 and put your cursor right in the middle of it and hold it there for a few seconds, and it'll lock in the coordinates for the missile. Once that is done, the missile will begin fueling. This is kind of the same thing as when it was raising out of the ground and out of the silo. It's just going to take a certain amount of time for the missile to fuel itself. So once again, defend yourself, stay alive, and just wait the short amount of time that it takes for the missile to fuel up. Once the missile is fueled up, the 9th and final step to launching the missile is actually launching the nuke. Go back to the terminal, hit up, and you will have the authorization to launch the nuclear missile. And what happens next is one of the most stunning visuals in this entire game, and one of the most intense nuclear explosions you'll find in any modern video game.